morning, Princess. Wow, thanks, Princess. It's museum day. I got to get dressed. Mom, I'm so excited about the trip to the museum today. Princess is excited too, right, Princess?
Jade, I am so proud of you for asking your father and me to plan this trip to the Black History Museum. Now, there is one thing I want you to promise me.
What's that, Mom?
No matter how excited you get, seeing the wonderful things the museum has to offer, please do me and your father a favor. Don't wander off, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I promise that Princess and I will be on our best behavior.
Wow, Jay. I never seen you so excited like this since the time we gave you Princess for your birthday. Jay, you know we love you, right?
Yes, Dad, and I know what you're going to say. Princess and I will be on our best behavior, and we won't wander off.
Okay, we better get going. We don't want to be late for your big day.
Welcome everybody to the Black History Museum. We are going to have so much fun learning about Black history today. Follow me, everybody.
Princess, where are you going? Princess, we told Mom and Dad that we won't wander off. Let's go. Mom and Dad will be looking for us. Princess, this is amazing. Where are we? And who are all these people?
Jay, these are the peoples who changed Black history.
Wow, Princess, this is Mr. King. Nice meeting you, Mr. King.
Nice meeting you, Jay.
Mr. King, my teacher have told me so much about you. Like your birth name is Michael, not Martin. You entered college at the age of 15. And you received a doctorate in systematic technology. Wow, Mr. King, I even know that your I Have a Dream speech was not your first speech done at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C.
Okay, great job, Jay. You've really been paying attention to your teacher.
Mr. King, I have a paper to write for class and I know about you, but who are all these people?
I'm glad you asked. Jay, I want to start out by talking to you about the pioneers who laid the foundation. First, we have Harriet Tubman, born into slavery in 1822. Harriet Tubman was famous for their abolitionary humanitarian effort to help escape slaves. After escaping slavery herself in 1849, she served an important part of the so-called Underground Railroad.
What's the Underground Railroad?
It was a secret path through slave-holding states for runaway slaves to escape to the north for their freedom.
Wow, Miss Tubman was very important.
Yes, she was. Next, we have Frederick Douglass. Lived during the Civil War in the middle of the 19th century, which was fought over slavery and its role in American society. He was a great pioneer, abolitionary, and a former slave also.
What is abolitionist?
Someone who is against slavery. In those times, his action proved instrumental to the abolitionary movement and the ultimate goal to end slavery. Now next we have here Sojourner Truth. She was born into slavery but later escaped, became a pioneer and an abolitionary activist for women's rights.
So she was an abolitionist?
She was an abolitionary like Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass. She also played a major role in recruiting African American soldiers to fight for the Union, which were pitted against the Confederates.
Wow, he looks like my father. I am so excited to learn about all these important parts of my history. Tell me more.
Well, that's W.E. Du Bois. He was one of the founders of the NAACP.
NAACP? I know what that is. We learned that in school. It's the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Jay, you are correct. NAACP was one of the premier organizations for African American rights. Mr. Du Bois also wrote a collection of essays that exposed the hypocrites of the Reconstruction era, defending African Americans as victims of white racists.
Mr. King, what is he holding in his hand?
Jay, that's Jackie Robinson holding a baseball bat. He was the first African American to play for a Major League Baseball team, the Brooklyn Dodgers. He broke the color barrier. His career spanned a decade, and his place in the baseball history was solidified with his jersey number 42. Was retired by all Major League Baseball teams, meaning no player may ever use that number again.
Wow, he was good. I'm sure my father knows all about him. He loves baseball. Mr. King, I am learning so much. Even Prince is getting excited. So, what does she have in her hand?
Jade, this is Hattie McDaniel. In the 1940s, she was the first African American performer to win an Academy Award, Jade. This is the film industry's highest honor. She won this honor for her portrayal of a loyal slave governess in the movie Gone with the Wind.
Mr. King, I've seen her before. My mother has her book.
This is Maya Angelou. She was one of the best known African American authors, framed for her autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Birds Sing. Maya Angelou worked with me and other civil rights leaders to put a permanent end to segregation.
Mr. King, I never knew it was so much to learn about Black history.
Well, Jay, it's very important that all Black children know their history. Now, this is Langston Hughes. He was an esteemed novelist and poet who made his mark during the Harlem Renaissance. Langston Hughes' first book of poetry, The Weary Blues, subsequent work helped outline the economic situation of lower-class African Americans.
Well, Mr. King, who is this lady looking for?
This is Miss Rosie Parks, and she is known for refusing to move to the back of the bus after the driver demanded her give up her seat to a white passenger. Now, she was not the first person to refuse to obey the segregation law in the United States. Rosie Parks was labeled as the mother of freedom movement, like me. Rosie Parks and I together made great strides in the basic human rights for African Americans across the country.
This is amazing.
Now, Jay, this man is Thurgood Marshall, was the first African American ever appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court. He served from 1967 to 1991, which was a great honor.
My mother says that my father should be a lawyer because he always has an answer for everything. Mr. King, I remember this man. He was the first Black president of the United States of America, Barack Obama. My parents were so excited the day he won the election. This lady's name is Kamala Harris. She is the first woman of color to become vice president of the United States of America. Yay! Wow, my mom said this opened the door for little girls of color like me to someday become president.
Well, thank you for sharing your history. Jay, I have a dream that little Black girls like you and little Black boys will walk hand in hand with little white boys and little white girls to fulfill their dream.
Mr. King, I just want to say thank you for all you have done to make things better for everyone. We've even had a federal holiday named after you. Jade, where are you?
Woo, 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 woo.
Where have you been?
I'm sorry. I got lost.
Well, young lady, the museum is about to close. And now you have missed your big chance to learn the wonderful things about Black history.
Jade, I know you wanted to take this trip to the museum before writing your book report. But if you didn't learn nothing from this day, you should now know the wandering off have taken away your big chance to learn firsthand the wonderful world of Black history.